Alright, this is going to be my review of the Outdoor Power Xtreme Equipment magnetic clutch for a lawnmower. There's my lawnmower. And there's the old one. I already tore it off. Not too hard. I'm not going to go into specifics of that, mostly because every lawnmower is different. But this is supposed to be a direct replacement for that Warner electric number right there. From the factory, after doing some research, I found that there's only really two brands of clutch for this lawnmower. Well, for most lawnmowers that come from the factory, if they're on a switch. And this one was a little goofy because most of them, when they ground out, they tell you to check your switch and see if it's melted. If it's melted, then the coils are most likely burned out of this. This one was a little goofy. And what I think it is like the insulation was starting to wear off. It wasn't grounded. But you'd mow the grass, you'd cut the grass for a while, turn the deck off and on as you're moving throughout the yard, and all of a sudden, after a while, it just would quit. You wouldn't be able to engage or disengage it anymore. And what I think was happening is this was getting hot because the electric magnet was getting overheated, and after a while it just decides, you know, hey, I'm not working anymore. So I got this guy. This is supposed to be a direct replacement. If you get a Warner clutch, it's like $400, or excuse me, $300, which is kind of tough to throw in a lawnmower that you only paid $400 for. But this guy was, I think it was like $160. And it's supposed to be better rated. It's supposed to be better built. It's supposed to handle more torque. And hopefully it will outlast this thing. So I am going to hook it up and bench test it just to be sure everything works. Because what I used to do, I used to think it was the battery was going bad. And I'd bring it back in after a while whenever it quit working, and I'd charge the battery. Of course, I'd get off it for like a half hour or so, come back out, fire up, thing worked perfect. After some investigation, and it got worse and worse and worse, where it was happening multiple times, I couldn't even cut the whole yard without it doing it. I troubleshot and found out the battery was in fact charging, and then I went ahead and I put my motorcycle battery in it out of that thing. I got a new battery for it. Threw the old one in here. It still worked in the motorcycle. It was just a little bit weak, but I mean it has way more than enough power to crank this thing over. But that was the final nail in the coffin. I says it's not the battery. Battery's charging. Battery's got way more amps than it did from factory. This thing should work great. So let's take a look. I cut the tape and crossed out my name. But other than that, I have not opened this box yet. So, unboxing. Woohoo! Yay, unboxing! If you don't know how to put this thing on, go ahead and go to that website. And there it is. And that's neat. Use a torque wrench. Alright, check system voltage. Incorrect torque of faulty voltage will destroy this clutch and void the warranty. I think I have the right voltage. Let's compare them side by side, shall we? Alright. They're definitely noticeably different, but they're definitely noticeably the same. And this one's got a loom on it too. It just it's black. This one's yellow. Ooh, I like that. The dielectric grease helps keep stuff from shorting out. But one thing I can see is, yeah, this one, I don't know if you can tell, but the bottom pulley is not rotating. It is way looser than the bottom pulley is definitely sticking with it on this one. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Ooh, Okay. Instructions. Okay. Zip ties, when in doubt. Put them on. And let's see, it says to torque it. I took the old one off with an impact gun. Let's see, it's got the torque spec in here. This is all disassembly. Disassembly. Inspect and clean crankshaft with this is emery paper WD-40. Make sure everything's all hunky-dory. Install the dry pulley and spacers. Install the new clutch. It says slide up on. Torque bolt. Torque bolt. Okay. You got, I guess you either got one of these 4 different types of bolts, or 3 different types of bolts. And you got your different torque specifications. I believe, let's look at mine. Let's see, 3 hashes. 3 hashes means a grade 5. According to this, that's, yep, definitely. And grade 8 has 8 hashes. This metric one, if you had that, you would see this 10.9 stamped or embossed on it. But I definitely have this 3/8 24, which means I gotta torque it to 40 to 45 foot-pounds. So, but we're gonna bench test it anyway. I'm just gonna hook a wire up and see what it does. Okay. Out. Alright, got this here. Hooked up to that there. Now, with everything set up the way it was, last time when this was hot, it would not activate the old clutch. The old clutch would not activate once it was hot. Now, granted, cold engine, I do got that, but still, just to bench test it and make sure it's not a voltage problem, which I'm already about 99.9% positive it's not a voltage problem. I had 11.81 volts at the wire when the power's turned on and I engaged the switch, but let's just humor it here. Turn our power key on, which you can't see, but it's back here, power on. And then, maybe you can hear that clock ticking, but let's hear it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Alright, I'm going to throw this sucker on. Like I said, I'm not going to videotape that because it's going to be very specific to every lawnmower, and I don't want a whole bunch of hate mail about. I'm like, if you can't take this off, take it to somebody who can. Let's see what we can do here. Clutch coil faces engine. The engine's directly above it. I hope that's what it means. Alright, do it. Alright, I must say that torquing that bolt on this lawnmower was a pain in the tuchus. But I managed to hold the belt, I shoved the rag in the belt, and got just enough out. But listen. Now the only thing I got left to do is take it out and try her out. Oh, don't mind that. I was using that to keep tension on the pulley so that it wouldn't turn on me so easy. But I'll take this out for a couple minutes, come back, let you know how it works. So I just returned, and I must say that Xtreme equipment clutch worked really well. I even tried to get it to not work by sitting here and turning it on and off constantly, and I think even hot it still works. So, will it last forever? Well, nothing lasts forever, but I will say that it should last till the extinction of my lawnmower. Good, good, good. Oh. I like it a lot.